Okay, up front, this is another talky episode. So if you're expecting to see something like Blender or some other project that I decided to take up, it's not happening in this one. I'm sorry, I'm just not in that mind space right now because um I could have been doing this type of videographing for 3 years, 2 years, and it still wouldn't fall upon this pattern. So today in America is election day for an entirely new set of circumstances. So what I want to do for this video is start what's happening now and kind of move backward into the day because some weird stuff kind of happened earlier today. But let's start with what's happening right now. So right now, polls are both trying to process as many voters as can be, and at the same time, polls are closing. So we're kind of slowly getting the data kind of coming through. And that's a fun process, especially in this very strange election window. I don't usually get very political on here, and I don't plan to in this one. So whatever you think I'm going for, you are free to think that, but you're wrong. I don't know. But it's all anxiety driven, really. You listen to one newscast and it's like, oh, this person's up. And then you flip maybe even just one channel over and, oh, this candidate is up. And you're just like, well, what's the truth? So I've just kind of am trying to remove myself from this early section of guessing games. Mostly because from what I've heard from analysts, at best, we'll get a result tomorrow. And at the very latest, Thursday. So that means that we have an entire day of just limbo in that scenario, of just not knowing and having the numbers keep going like this. And that's fun emotionally. So now moving away from this topic. Earlier today, I decided to subscribe to a pack of 3D models. Really fun. And they're a topic that I've kind of wanted to dabble with a little bit, but there was one instance in which there was a zip file that when I tried to extract it through my newest computer, which runs on Windows 11, it would result in a file. So the file that it promised was a 218 megabyte, I think were the numbers, folder. And inside were the contents that consisted of those 218 megabytes. Now the problem was that once extracted, the folder only held one item. And that one item was 214 kilobytes. So for anyone who actually knows what that math is, there is an entire item somewhere in that folder that's just either missing entirely or it's invisible to me. I went into the settings and I asked the folder, hey, if you're hiding stuff, show it to me. I am the administrator. You do as I say. And it just wasn't working. So I went and took that folder and moved back to my old PC and extracted it with good old WinRAR. And lo and behold, all of the files were there. So I don't know what process is happening with newer technology, but for some reason, now not only are like older programs not working, but like older methods of extraction are not working. And that's worrisome to me as a person who's just like, I need information from other people. And if they have that information locked into a folder that's been around for like maybe 1 or 2 years, I might not be able to do that because newer technology can't handle that or something. It's just weird. I don't know. And then moving back even further, there's always this weird instance in which we go to a clinic and there's always like this, not threat, but it's a warning of like, hey, there might be a waiting time of like 30 to an hour, just saying. And then you go there and the lobby is empty. Like there's a whole bunch of seats and there's just nobody in them. And then today was really funny because we go up to the counter and they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll check you in, but in the meantime, please check out this new piece of pamphlet that we have. Just look over it, and then on the very last page, sign it so that we can confirm that you've seen it." And we look at this thing, and it's this I forget if it was if the wording was guarantee, but it was something about like language accessibility. So if you spoke a different language than English, and discrimination something or other. And so we sat down, and again, there was nobody in the lobby with us. But then when it was just me alone in the lobby waiting for the meeting to be over, two individuals came in and were just like the first person actually had I don't know if they were a nurse, but they came in from a higher level because they went to the wrong floor, and they were like, "Hey, so this individual speaks Spanish and I don't speak Spanish. I was hoping that someone here would speak Spanish because we need to help him out." And they sorted him out. And then it was like 20 minutes later, and another individual walks in just as the lady was coming in to close the door for like the lunch hours when, nobody's available because they're out to lunch. And she was like, I'm sorry, wait, what's going on? And the dude was like, I'm, something. I'm Maria. And she was like, I don't know. Maria, she is in this department, but she's out today. Like she's not in the office. It was just so funny that they have this pamphlet that they haven't offered us to the other times that we've been to the clinic. And it was about language and, racial discrimination, and the first bullet point, which was the language barrier thing, that was the one that was being tread on the most. So it was like, man, if they really want to like push forward this language accessibility, that's what it was, language accessibility. If they really want to push forward this language accessibility bullet point, they might want to really sort of step on the gas on that one, because so far in the small amount of time window that I've been in this lobby, not working. So that was today. Oh, also, I'm coping with my anxiety in this situation.